Gonna need some coffee to get through this day. Good morning, friends, patriots, fellow Americans. Today is the day that we have been waiting for. Today is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is the culmination of 2020, the year the conspiracy theory came true. This is what it's all about. This is what the great toilet paper shortage was all about. This was what the shutdowns were all about. This is what the corona conspiracy was all about. This is what all the rioting, looting, and destruction, and the never-ending presence of the emotional Marxist left in the streets is all about. This is it. Today, the American people get to voice their opinion. Not the prognosticators, not the CNN hosts, not the pollsters, but the American people get to say. And not just the American people, but the sleeping, silent majority. The ones who aren't answering the polls, but also aren't going to the football and basketball games. The ones who aren't showing up to the rally, or not to the rallies, but to the protests. But they are showing up to the rallies. Let me tell you. They're preparing the way. They know. The Democrats know they're going to lose, and they're going to lose big, or as the president would say, bigly. They know. They've seen the writing on the wall. They've seen that Trump's putting 85,000 people out on a tarmac in the middle of the cold. They see that. They see that Biden can't get anybody but the press to show up. And they say it's because of the coronas. We don't want them. We don't want them to show up because of the coronas. I call BS. Because if they could get 85,000 people to show up, they'd freaking do it. Build some momentum or something. They know that the American people has not bought the bill of goods they're selling. I want to talk about what they're setting up. And I want to back up and kind of switch subjects here on you. But people out there my age probably remember when we didn't have this many named hurricanes. We are all the way through the alphabet in naming hurricanes. I can remember when there was only, 5 or 6 named hurricanes. Remember that? We're all the way through the alphabet naming hurricanes. Joe Biden was on the stump a few weeks ago talking about how when he's president, he's going to fix the global warming and end all these excess hurricanes. We're getting more and more, and CNN was reporting we're getting more and more named storms. Well, what they failed to tell you, especially you younger folks that are watching me right now, is that up until about 10 years ago, if it wasn't a Category 1 storm, we didn't name it. It wasn't tropical depressions or slightly severe thunderstorms that got names. It wasn't no polar vortex that was called a cold front. That was called winter. But now we call it a polar vortex, and we named the storm Winter Storm Sam or Michael or something. And then they say, with fretting voices, that we need to give to government more money to stop, because look at all these named storms we have, because they changed the definition of what a named storm was. And I bring that up to tell you right now, they're doing the same thing to this election. They're changing the definition of words as to cover for the fact that they lost. You see, what they're saying is we have to count all the vote. But what they really mean is we have to count the votes until we win. You see, they're going to say Trump cheats. Trump's a cheater because he wants to stop counting the vote by law. He wants to use the laws that are on the books today to stop counting the vote because he wants to steal this election. That's what they're going to say. just like with the hurricanes, they're going to move the needle on the meaning of words. They're out there right now. There's news, there was stuff in the Huffington Post. There was stuff in the New York Times. There was stuff in the CNN. They're out there right now laying the groundwork for their defeat and the ability to declare President Trump's second win as unjustified, unjust, untruthful, stolen by the Russians or whatever they make up. They're laying the groundwork right now because they know they're going to get destroyed. They know that all of you out there have been standing in line since 6:30 or 5:30 this morning to go vote for this man. They know that you were out there with me the other day driving around in circles down the street with our flags waving. And they can't get people to show up and honk their horns at a Biden rally, so-called. They can't get people to show up when they got Bon Jovi playing a guitar. They can't get people to show up when they got Barack Obama on the stage, the savior of us all. Ask them, they'll tell you. The greatest president that ever breathed oxygen in his own mind. But Donald Trump can get not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 rallies yesterday with over 30, 40, 50, 80,000 people at each rally all over the country. He has the energy and stamina to stand up and talk for an hour and a half, 2 hours with no script. He doesn't need a script. He just goes off his heart. They know that Joe Biden can't compete with that because he can't even say the words that are on the script distinguishingly enough. I mean, I have trouble talking, but I'm not like that. They know they're in trouble. There's a thing called the Election Integrity Project. I did a video on it about a month ago. You're more than welcome. Just scroll back. You'll find it in there somewhere. And I really broke it down. I'm not going to get into that today. But this is where the Democrats, some never-Trumpers, some deep staters, war-gamed. That's their word, not mine. War-gamed what to do after this election, starting tonight and tomorrow. They had 4 possible, conceivable options that could possibly happen. This is the only 4 they can conceive. Last night they were on TV, on Fox News. There was only 2 options on Fox News last night. There was a landslide Biden win or a really close Biden win. Those are the only 2 options they discussed. And I'm like, wait a second. Have you guys turned on the TV? Have you seen the rallies? Have you seen them where they got 95 miles of cars in Arizona? Have you been paying attention to the American people? Anyways, the Election Integrity Project has 4 possible outcomes of this election. They can see no other but 4. These 4, the 4. A Joe Biden landslide win, in which Donald Trump refuses to step down and has to forcibly be removed from office. A Joe Biden close win in the Electoral College and in the popular vote. I don't know why I couldn't figure that one out. And Donald Trump refuses to step down. A Donald Trump really close win in the Electoral College and a huge win for Biden in the popular vote. So that's number 3. And number 4 is a huge win for Biden in the popular vote and a really close win for Biden in the Electoral College. Under no circumstance did they war game or think about a slaughter by Donald Trump of 350 points for California flips. And my friends, that just might happen. They have no idea, no thoughts to that at all. But under those 4 scenarios, in each of those 4 scenarios, they want to take to the street. They want to burn, rape, and pillage our cities. They want to cause ruckus. They want to destroy our neighborhoods. They want to punish us for voting for Trump. They know that Biden is a terrible candidate. They know that Biden is not the best candidate they had in the field. That would have been Bernie Sanders. But they couldn't afford Bernie Sanders to win the nomination, because then Bernie Sanders would be charged of the Democratic apparatus and the money that's attached to it. Joe Biden is an Obama Clinton guy, and therefore the Obama Clinton people still control the DNC and the money. They knew when they nominated Joe Biden, they weren't going to win this election. But they tried everything they could to make it happen. They pulled out all the stops. They rioting in the street, tried to blame it on Trump supporters. They're doing it right now. They're blaming it on Trump supporters. As I'm watching this, they had this caravan down in Texas where they chased down the Harris and Biden bus. And now they're saying that the Trump supporters are stopping traffic and causing harassment of Biden people. Have you been watching the news? Where were you at this summer when they were dragging people out of their cars and beating them? They beat a guy to death in Texas. They chased that kid down in Wisconsin. Good thing he was armed. They're charging him with 2 counts of murder in Wisconsin. He's going to get off just on the video alone. The evidence, if you're running away from the people and they're chasing you, you're not the aggressor. That's it right there. But the media doesn't care. The media doesn't care about that kid. The media doesn't care about you. They don't care about your business. They don't care about your job. That doesn't matter. That's a casualty of war. What they care about is power and retaining it in all of its glory. And they have some problems because they've been dipping their hands in the cookie jar for a long time, and the American people know it. They know. They know, and the jig is up. And we're going to come out today in full force. There is a huge swell. Over it's over 100 million people have already voted, isn't it? 95 million. Yeah, right at 100 million people have voted already. That was more than voted in 2016 total. And there's huge turnouts all over. There's lines of people ready to vote today. This will be the largest election in my lifetime, maybe in the last 100 years or so. And I guarantee you one thing, Mr. Sniffer Joe Biden, they ain't turning out for him. They won't turn out for his rallies. What makes you think they're going to turn out to vote for him? And if you're undecided, don't bother voting. It's too late for you. If you haven't figured this out yet, who you're going to vote for, there's no point in voting. Just stay home. We don't need you. We need you, patriot. We need you, American. We need you who swore you'd never vote for the orange man, but you're still a God-fearing patriot. Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. We need you. Because if we do not win this election, then we go the AOC Bernie Sanders way. And it's not going to be pretty. Vote early. Vote quickly. Be prepared for what comes tomorrow, because they are not going to go down without a fight. They are not just going to say, oh, the best man won. Yay for Trump. That's not what they're going to do. Nope. They're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to send out all their minions. They're going to be in the streets. It's already planned. It's already pre-positioned. They already done the training. They've been training. That's what all these riots were about for the last several months. That was their training. Very well organized, very well funded, very well prepared, looking for an opportunity to riot, whether it was real or not. They have gotten very good at getting the masses riled up. And that's what they're going to do. Be prepared for shutdowns of industry. Be prepared for shutdowns of highways, transportation. Be prepared for unions to step down, unions to do what they do in Europe. Be prepared for just about anything, because I don't know. And make sure you vote. If you got to look, the polling places close at 7, but if you're in line, you get to vote. So get there before 7 o'clock and get in line. I don't care if it's 60 miles. If you're in central Missouri and you're standing in line and it's a 2-hour wait at 7 o'clock, call me. I'll bring you a cup of coffee. We got to get this done, folks, and we got to be prepared. Batten down the hatches, because this is the war. We've been talking about it, but it has begun today, and this is the first volley by our side, and we need to hit them so hard they cannot recover. So let's go, let's vote, let's get this done. God bless America. God bless the Patriot, and God bless Donald J. Trump. Have a great day.